So I get contacted to be a part of a Lincoln podcast. And I've actually kind of said no to a lot of interviews and podcasts because I'm less concerned about the politics and I'm more excited about my community, the county, food, whiskey, wine, beer. And so I've been trying to stay focused on the things that are really true to the nature of Oliver's and what we're trying to accomplish and how to serve just the whole community, the broad community. So when a Lincoln podcast, I thought, what better? Yeah, I'd love to be on. And they want to talk about House of Oliver and about what we're about and this crazy year, which totally down for. And then they said, we hear there might be some big Lincoln news. We hadn't come out publicly and said anything. We were actually trying to keep things on the DL, on the down low, trying to not be too out in public, waiting to see, make sure everything works, that this happens. And now I'm going to be on this podcast with a group of guys, Lincoln focused. Well, maybe people won't know, and maybe we can keep it quiet, but I don't think that's going to happen. All right, big day, up early at the Brewhouse, covering House of Oliver, a couple meetings. Now we are heading to Tavern Talks, a local Lincoln podcast, and going to throw out some Rebel swag and going to meet these guys. And tonight might be the night we break the news to all of Lincoln of what we're doing. We pull up to this house in an awesome neighborhood in Lincoln, 12 Bridges. Not sure I knew exactly what this was going to be, but it's a garage. It's a cool garage. It's a garage every guy wants, It doesn't have your car in it, but it has a bar, so that's cool, and TVs. But a great group of guys.
Hello, everybody. We are here. We're up. Very awesome. Talk to us about Lincoln. You're like a freaking Yeti around here on social media.
Abe Lincoln?
Well, yeah. People are like, I've seen him around, or him this, or they're over there.
There's a lot of speculation.
Yeah.
So, what people don't know, first off, you can't hide in Lincoln.
No.
I figured this out. There's no hiding.
No.
This town, everyone talks. So, if you see me around town, I am down there because Chef's down there and I'm hanging out with him.
There it is.
There you go.
That's why you see
down
there.
So,
like going to get a coffee?
That's
or?
our smoke shop right there.
Yeah.
That's the only place to go get smoke.
Yeah. Come on now.
Yeah, so here it is.
Whoa, what should we hold on?
Yes.
Is this
I need to take this.
Is this breaking?
Guys.
Is this breaking news?
1, 2, 3.
Breaking news!
You didn't see that coming, did you?
Do you know, I haven't told,
This is
we
like
haven't gone live with this at all. We have not told anything about this. I haven't said this anywhere out loud to anybody. You're going to be the first.
Raise your glasses. I don't know what's coming. But you heard it here first. I'm just saying.
And those old fashions are just,
We're gonna
very good job.
Yeah.
So, we will be opening Oliver's Brewhouse and Grill in Lincoln in the old Beerman's.
Oh! Woo! Congratulations! Breaking news. You heard it.
And so, we made the big announcement on Tavern Talks, 12 Bridges, and we let the community know. We are opening up Oliver's Brewhouse and Grill, and not quite sure how it was going to be received. And I'll tell you, I've been blown away by the amount of support and the amount of people who've been just so encouraging since we've shared that we're opening Oliver's Brewhouse and Grill. Yes, it is officially about 30 feet tall. No, I am not measuring it. That is a guesstimate. It looks 30 feet-ish and wide. Yes. That's a big mural. No, it'd be a big mural, but we want something that really represents the city of Lincoln, represents Oliver's Brewhouse, represents kind of the whole feel of what we're doing and really testifies to what we're about. No, really, I think it'd be really good. No, you're the best. I'm looking forward to it. Thanks so much, man. Cheers. So really pumped because we've got an award-winning artist who's going to come and be doing this mural. He's done artwork for everybody. He's worked with Disney. He's an amazing painter, amazing artist, and we just secured him. He's going to be doing a mural on this wall, and I gave him my specific official measurements, and he's going to be coming up. Pumped about that. There's some good news in a day. Woo! Good job, son. Was he in there when in my phone call too? I'll have to edit it in. I'm not doing that whole conversation again. Love you, buddy. You're doing great.
I'm aware now, and it makes it a lot more funny.
Good. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Elizabeth.
Matthew, good to see you.
Nice to meet you.
So we were privileged to be able to have the head of the Lincoln Historical Society and the Lincoln Museum, which is right across the street from us, come over and tell us a little bit about this building. We were so intrigued to find out who are some of the people in the pictures, what's going on. Tell me about this space. Come over here. I can probably show. So there's one of the things we'll dive into is all of these wonderful pictures that I don't understand what they are.
All right.
At the end of the building, is this after?
This was after.
Okay.
Even where the Bank of Lincoln is now, which is now
Okay.
the gun shop,
Yeah.
that was the first Masonic lodge, or the first Oddfellow building, and then it came down
To where we are now.
to where we are now in 1864.
Downstairs, didn't they have a grocery store and a bank and a this and a that?
They did. Bierman's had a meat market from 1906 to 1930.
And the meat market would have just been in that front section.
Just that corner over there, yeah.
Wow.
But there were a lot of things that occupied the ground floor. And then there were professional offices too. There was a doctor's office, and there was this.
In the ground floor.
Yeah. Oh, actually, I think it was upstairs somewhere.
And
I
then
mean,
upstairs
you cover a lot of time from 1864 all the way. So,
to 2021.
right.
So it's gone through iterations.
Many.
And at one point, that upstairs was, I mean, you even had your meetings up there.
It was mostly where the lodges, where the Masons, where the Job's daughters, where, you know.
So that
That's
theater
where they met upstairs.
had it always look like a theater?
I don't remember it always looking like that. I'm not sure when that
Happened.
happened.
I got to walk with her through this building. She was absolutely amazing and knew more history about it than I think I was expecting. No one knows what this photo is of.
They look like Masonic butchers. Wow, that's a good one.
Yeah. Well,
You have to have a few mysteries here.
there's more than a few. Rumor has it. Well, come on. There was a few times I asked her some questions about the building, especially when it came to some of the spiritual aspects or ghost stories, where she was about to tell me something epic that I needed to know and would stop. We have what we've decided to name two of our ghosts in the building. We have Charlie and Celestine. So Charlie runs the elevator and Celestine's on the third floor. Very important to understand. You don't mess with these guys. And we have two photos on the third floor
That you've named.
that we've named Charlie and Celestine. She was about to tell me, and I had sent her these photos in advance, so she knew. And she was about to say, and then went, I don't know. Maybe you should ask some other people. That's right here. And people are telling me that these are historic moments. Do you think this is supposed to harken to Auburn? With that? Or maybe the White House? Because these guys look like they're about to storm.
Kind of put some things together.
Okay.
There's the Burge Hotel,
Okay.
which would be the 2 and then 3-story building. That was on the corner down there. It was across the street where Uncle Andy's is
Okay.
originally, and it was wood and it burned down. And you notice across the street is the train depot.
Okay.
And the train depot was across the street at the corner of 5th and railroad tracks, obviously.
I haven't taken a lot of time to inspect them all, but I'm assuming this was the feed store across the way. Is that what that was?
This was Walter Jansen and Son, who was my great-grandfather.
Ah.
And like I said, he came to Lincoln in about 1877 when he was, there's a huge Danish influx here.
Really?
There's a before Lincoln community called Beanville. And down here, the Toffs had a grocery store. Toffs are Danish also. And
Okay.
actually, I think my family and their family, as it's been told, even knew each other in Denver.
Prior. Yeah, prior to coming over.
So lots of Danish people came to
But
Lincoln.
Denmark's lovely. Have you ever looked at? Have you been to Denmark?
I have not.
No, neither have I. But I'd like to go. I don't know. It sounds great.
But that's the twin warehouses.
It was pretty amazing to hear the history behind so much.
So the banner's raised high that we've got to do it well and honor Lincoln and Charlie and Celestine. So just got word from our muralist. We're bringing in a world-renowned muralist, Shane, who's been part of Disney and done the Paradise Fires murals. He's been big time. He's also part of Placer County or grew up in Placer County, spent a lot of time here. Really pumped. But he's telling me paint is not going to arrive when it was supposed to for him to do the mural. We were set for him to start on Monday. He's saying now he can't start until Thursday or Friday. And then we have the lift that's here. I mean, it just throws everything into a tizzy fit. So now I've got to figure out what I'm going to do if we can't get the mural started. Plus, it's kind of a big deal for the city of Lincoln. Like we're taking time, we're investing in it so we can give back, and I'm just hoping we can get it up and going. So just another thing of a million things that we get to deal with today. The lights on the front of our building here have evidently been out for years, maybe 10 years. The building was painted, the light bulbs were painted over, which was awesome. So I've been out changing bulbs because for me, everything that we're doing here is about community. It's about a testimony to the community. So something as silly and simple as just getting the lights on the outside working and functioning was really important. So we've been changing bulbs. So I've got a couple of them left to change, and it was easier to get out here, do it this way, to get these bulbs finished. And I don't have to be out on a lift in a windy day to get these done. So when we were looking for an artist to come and paint this piece, it really wasn't a look. We knew exactly who had to come and paint this piece. We had known Shane Grammer previously years ago.
Known him for 22 years.
Able to meet him, but not really know him. Like we've known him, we've said hi, and we've known of his artwork. I mean, we're talking about a guy who's painted for Disney, built in some of the structures for rides, for amusement parks all over the world. And his artwork, he's painted some of the most famous artworks. The fact that we are going to reach out to him to paint our artwork. And on top of that, he really became famous during the Paradise Fires, painting some very moving, touching. I think seeing his artwork go from transcending from Disney art to really moving human artwork was what sealed the deal for us.
Yes.
And
He's able to capture such emotion
100%.
in a piece, and
He
doing
does.
murals of people is very difficult.
Yeah, because he does sculptures, he does art, but to be able to do a mural
Yeah, I mean,
and pull
whereas
that
with
off.
spray paint and the detail is
Well, and when I first talked to him, I was kind of thinking, when we were talking price of a mural, I thought, okay, we're gonna have a good 8x8 mural. And he looked at the side of our building and said, this can be a 30-foot mural. It's gotta be.
yeah.
You can't do a small one. And we really told Shane, go for it. Do what you do. What an honor and a privilege to have him come and do that artwork.
Yeah.
I want something that testifies to the community, that speaks to both the brew house as well as something that the community gets pumped up and proud about. Like, they know it's here. Yeah. This is something they want to tell their friends or neighbors, hey, have you seen that? That's kind of a big deal. And I don't want anybody, when they get the building, if anybody ever gets a building next, I don't want them thinking we need to paint over that. I want them to be like, don't touch that.
No, because that's will epic. Travel to come see this movie.
I believe so. So this is going to take a moment. I have no doubt.
At least 3 days. So all day today, I'll chalk it out, get it all outlined. I'm going to do some base colors, a lot of runs, just giving it texture.
Okay. So one of the things that we love about Lincoln is this artwork. There are tons of amazing murals all throughout Lincoln, and that really speak to the city, that speak to the history, the businesses, the culture, the people. It's amazing. And we knew when we got to our building that we have this beautiful, huge wall, and currently there was just a small little mural on it. And we wanted something that spoke both to us, the business, our history and heritage, but also the city of Lincoln. It really was something beautiful to testify to Lincoln. So the first battle we had was, what is this art piece? And we knew we wanted something to really speak to strength and vulnerability. In the season of the pandemic, we've really discovered a vulnerable strength, a brokenness, and a fierceness, and
a tenaciousness of.
That's right.
I'm gonna do this.
So we knew we wanted it to speak really to the core of the building, very Prohibition era, that really brings it back to the Olivers, kind of some of the Irish, European style, but also a woman who was ferocious and vulnerable. The piece that we chose is stunning, moving.
I just think it's absolutely breathtaking, and it has an ethereal beauty that, I don't know, it just absolutely captures everything I was looking for in a piece, and I believe it speaks well of us, and it speaks well of this building, and I think it's aesthetically gorgeous.